Hey everyone, I'm Lily and I flew to Thailand through the Vaccinated Travel Lane on a Test and Go scheme, and if you would like to do the same, here is some information for you. So just know that this was based on my experience or the information that I have. Feel free to do your own research if you're unsure of anything. So first things first, you will need to be vaccinated. Surprise, surprise, I know, but you actually do have to be vaccinated to go through the Vaccinated Travel Lane. But aside from that, you also need to stay in eligible countries for 21 days prior to your flight to Thailand. So when you're going to Thailand, something important that you need to have is your Thai pass. Now the Thai pass has a few things that you need to get for it. First of all, you need a COVID insurance for coverage for at least 50k USD. The Thai embassy website actually recommends AXA. I also used AXA, but if you would like to use any other provider that works well for you, you can. Second of all, you need a reservation for an AQ or SHA Extra hotel of your choice. This reservation should include one night stay and the fee for a PCR test. Next up, you need a certificate of vaccination. You can actually get this through the Notarized website. You can actually find all this information on the Thai Pass website. I will link all the important links down in the description below. So for me, I got everything done in about 3 days. The order in which I did things was, first of all, I got my reservation for the hotel. Second of all, I got my travel insurance. Third, I applied for my Thai pass, and once I was approved, I booked my flight. After I booked my flight, I booked my pre-departure PCR test. So I would like to note that when you apply for Thai pass, you actually do need to... no, you don't need to sneeze. So I would like to note that when you apply for the Thai pass, you actually do need your flight number and a time of arrival. So since I booked my flight after I got my Thai pass, actually what I did was I got the flight number and the time of arrival of the flight that I would be booking and then just put it into the website. You can book your flight ticket first. Personally for me, because I was flying so quickly and I wasn't sure if there's any time for me to make sure that I got my Thai pass, because obviously I can't enter Thailand without a Thai pass. So I make sure that I got my Thai pass before I got the flight ticket, just for a better state of mind for me, to make sure that everything's fine, because once I book my flight ticket, that's money gone. But luckily for me, the Thai pass was actually approved the next day, but I know that the timing widely varies. You can get back in about like 3 hours. So here's an important thing to note is that when you apply for the Thai pass, the website only allows PNG. I'm not sure if they allow JPEG, but they also do only accept one attachment per attachment box. So for example, when you upload your travel insurance information, because I used AXA, they actually provided a PDF file with everything I needed, all the information on one page. But if you do choose to use another provider, what you can actually just do is just to put both pages on a screen and take a screenshot. The dimension of the attachment does not matter. All you have to do is just upload it into the website as one page, just one file, and you'll be fine. And if you do have a PDF file, just screenshot it or convert it into a PNG file and you're good to upload it to the website. So next up, you have to book your pre-departure PCR test. Now there's a lot of places that you can go to get this done. I got mine done at Kingsway for about $118. I know there's other places that do it for $128 or something like that. Kingsway was just the one that I could find with the date that I needed and the location closest to my home. So while I was scripting this video, I actually found an article that has a compiled list of places where you can go and get your PCR test done. There's even a place that does it for as low as $105, which is, I think, the cheapest that I've seen so far. I will link the article in the description below. Feel free to go check it out and see which place works best for you. I also got my PCR test results the next day. So when you get to the airport, one thing to note is that if you're flying Singapore Airlines, they will actually ask you to print out your PCR test results. I flew Scoot and they didn't ask me for it, so just keep that in mind. A quick tip is to put all your documents into one folder, whether it's physically or digitally. I did mine online, where I put all of my documents into a Google Drive. Just make sure that everything's in there, your Thai pass, your insurance, your vaccine cert, your PCR results, and you should be good to go. Once you've checked in and gone into the departure hall, everything else is pretty much the same. I don't think you need to present any more documents other than obviously your boarding pass and your passport, but that's all there is to it. So when you arrive in Thailand, you'll be asked to present your vaccine cert and your Thai pass when you go through immigration. And once you collected your bag and exit the arrival hall, you'll be greeted by a bunch of representatives. They'll be holding signs with the hotel's name and logo on it, so just find your representative. Your representative will provide you with transport to the hospital and then directly to the hotel. So once you're at the hotel, you actually do need to serve a stay-home notice. This is until you get your test results. Once you get the results, you're free to leave your hotel. Mine took about 6 hours to come in, but it depends on the hospital you were taken to. So I'm not sure if you need to book your hotel stay and your stay-home notice stay separately. I'm also not sure if you can serve your stay-home notice with a friend, because for me, I did mine alone and then the next day I flew off to Phuket. But that's about it. Once you get results, you're free to have fun.
Hi, Editor Lily here. So I actually waited to release this video for about 3 weeks because the test and go scheme was suspended. But now it's back and it's got some new rules. 1. Don't pick up the phone. So you actually have to get another reservation for an SHA or AQ hotel with a prepaid PCR test on the 5th or 6th day, as well as to isolate in your hotel till you get back a negative test result. So just remember to get that sorted out too. Only then are you really free. Carry on.
Now when the fun's all over and you're coming home, you need to book your pre-departure test. You can either have a PCR test or an ART test. I did an ART test. I booked mine through Klook because it was pretty cheap. I think it was about $25, $26, which is the cheapest that I found so far. I will link it down in the description below, and if you're using Klook, please use my referral code. After that, you have to prepay for your PCR test in Singapore, and you also have to fill out the S3 arrival card. You can take a look at the Safe Travel Concierge. They will provide you with a travel checklist where you can make sure that you have everything done and that you're all set for flying home. Once you're in Singapore and you've cleared immigration, make sure to have your payment confirmation handy for when you register for your PCR test. My results took about 5 hours to come in. It actually came in around 4 in the morning. Now that you're back home, you actually do have to take an ART test for 7 days. On the first day, there is no need for the ART test because you've already taken your PCR test. Day 1 is the day that you've arrived in Singapore. For days 2, 4, 5, and 6, you have to do a self-administered ART test. You would also need to submit your results to a link sent to you through your SMS. For days 3 and 7, you have to take a supervised ART test at any quick test centers. And that is all you need to know. I hope this information is useful to you and would help you in your travels. I will be writing this down and you can take a look at it in the description below. And I'll see you guys next week. Please catch my vlog for the next video. Goodbye!